The studio lights came alive, but no one was prepared for what was about to happen. In less than a minute, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett would dismantle Kellyanne Conway's carefully rehearsed argument, and the crowd's reaction would shake the room. What began as a political debate was about to transform into a powerful moment of truth, dignity, and justice. The glare of the cameras highlighted the tension across the polished debate table. Kellyanne Conway leaned forward with confidence, her words sharp, dismissing systemic racism as exaggeration and discrimination as a narrative for political gain. She pointed at Jasmine Crockett, expecting her to stumble. But Jasmine didn't flinch. She sat steady, her eyes calm, her posture unbroken. When she spoke, her voice carried the weight of generations. When you dismiss discrimination, you erase the reality of millions of Americans, she said. You erase the black woman passed over for a job she's qualified for. You erase the black man pulled over not for breaking the law, but for simply existing behind the wheel. You erase the mother mourning a child this system never saw as human. The audience stirred, moved by the truth cutting through the air. Conway shifted in her seat, but Jasmine pressed forward. You are free to dismiss pain that has never touched your family. But for my people, that pain is not theory. It is the air we breathe. It is the talk we must have with our children before they step outside. It is the reason our grandmothers prayed every night for safety. Applause broke out, raw and emotional. Conway attempted to dismiss Jasmine's points as emotional exaggeration, but Crockett leaned in, her voice rising with precision. Exaggeration? Do you think lynching photographs were exaggerations? Were red-lined maps that caged black families into poverty just colorful art? Were Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd exaggerations? No, Ms. Conway. They are scars carved into the heart of this nation. The studio fell into heavy silence. For the first time, Conway faltered. Jasmine continued, steady and calm. We are not begging for acknowledgement. We are not pleading for dignity. We claim it. We embody it. And we will not allow anyone, no matter how rehearsed, to erase our truth. The audience erupted again, this time rising to their feet. Jasmine hadn't raised her voice once, yet she had dismantled Conway's argument piece by piece, leaving nothing standing but undeniable truth. Conway tried to recover. But America has made progress. We've had a black president. We've celebrated black success. Isn't it time to stop playing the victim and acknowledge opportunity for everyone? Jasmine inhaled slowly, letting the silence sharpen her words. Progress does not erase pain. One mountain climbed does not erase the valley where millions still stand. Yes, we honor those who broke barriers. But don't point to exceptions as proof that equality has been achieved. When a black child is tracked into failure, when a family is denied a loan because of their zip code, when a life can be ended over a broken taillight, tell me, Ms. Conway, where is the equality? Where is the opportunity? The crowd murmured in agreement, nodding, clapping softly. Conway gripped her notes, but the polished lines no longer worked. Jasmine pressed on, her words sharp but dignified. You call us victims for telling the truth of our lives. But survival is not victimhood. Raising your head high despite the system is not victimhood. Demanding dignity is not victimhood. That, Ms. Conway, is victory. The applause thundered, drowning out any attempt at rebuttal. Jasmine paused, her expression steady, her voice softening. We do not speak these truths to divide. We speak them because healing cannot begin in denial. Justice cannot grow where lies are planted. Dignity cannot flourish in the shadows of dismissal. If you want America to rise, you must face the truth of her wounds. The studio was silent now, reverent. Elders in the audience nodded, remembering struggles of the past. Younger viewers leaned forward, seeing hope. Mothers wept quietly. Jasmine was no longer just herself. She was the voice of every black person who had been silenced, doubted, or dismissed. She turned back to Conway with quiet force. You came here with talking points to distract. But what you faced was truth. And truth does not yield to spin. It does not bend under denial. Tonight, Ms. Conway, truth stood before you. The room erupted once more, the loudest cheer of the night. Conway sat frozen, her arguments shattered. Jasmine remained poised, not triumphant, but resolute. This victory was not hers alone. It belonged to everyone who had carried injustice silently, who had waited for someone to speak aloud what they had lived. As the applause swelled, Jasmine delivered her closing words. "We are not asking permission to exist. We are not waiting for validation to be human. We stand in our truth, proud, unafraid, and unyielding. And no matter how many times you try to dismiss us, know this: we will rise, and we will never be silenced again." The audience rose as one, clapping, cheering, chanting her name. Millions would soon watch the clip online, sharing it, replaying it, holding it as a symbol of pride and resistance. Kellyanne Conway sat quietly, her notes untouched. The debate had ended long before the cameras cut. Jasmine Crockett had not only destroyed an argument, she had reminded a nation of its truth. Call to action. Moments like this prove that dignity is stronger than denial, and truth louder than hate. If Jasmine Crockett's courage inspired you tonight, don't let this story end here. Hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful stories from Black lives, and share this video so the truth can echo far beyond this room. Together, our voices will never be silenced.